Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to join us for our webinar introducing our all-new mobile app platform, V5. We are really excited to show you the redesigned app as well as some new features. With me is Siri Allison, our Director of Business Development.
Thanks, Bob. Happy New Year, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. For those of you who don't know much about us, we've been making apps for 12 years and have built over 1,300 apps and provide apps for nearly 650 stations. We still develop our solutions right here in Detroit, Michigan, and customer service is always our top priority. We work with many of the top companies in radio. Some of you are with us today.
Our approach to mobile is to produce an app that is equally valuable to all the major functions in a radio station, presenting content in a smart, dynamic way for programming, having lots of opportunities to support promotions with design changes and push notifications, etc. And finally, a number of new revenue opportunities for your sales department to turn your mobile app into a profit center. The first place we started when we began working on V5 was with its design. Our creative director, Nathan Turner, took a look at the apps and the feedback we've gotten from you and looked for ways to make the apps more modern, sleeker, easier to use, with a look and feel that put your station's brand front and center.
The first thing we did was to add an option for a larger app header. The logos of so many of our clients are square, and squeezing it into a thin header made the logo hard to read. Now, as you can see here on the left and right, you can have a larger logo. The second area we looked at was navigation. You can still have fully customizable hamburger menu, example in the middle screen here, but now you can also have a button navigation, the perfect way to put your most important features front and center. This nav can be instead of or in addition to the hamburger menu. It can also be persistent throughout the app. The other major update is that we now offer a variety of button layouts, again designed so you can put the most important stuff front and center. We also added several new player configurations, including larger play buttons. You can now have nearly a dozen options for player configurations so you can choose the best fit for your station content. Here are a couple of examples of music station apps. The one on the left with the focus on the music with album art and a large play button. On the right is a smaller player with room for news and promotional content. Here are some news talk sample layouts that put news content more front and center. You'll notice that the player itself is made smaller to make room for the news content. On the left, the user can select from one of 3 different streams. The other 2 layouts feature a larger image, which can be aligned to the left or alternated. You can see that each layout has a display ad placement. We heard from a number of our clients a desire to be able to put more than one station into an app. So now we have layouts that allow multiple stations to live comfortably side by side. The example on the left shows a kind of tuner at the bottom that makes it easy to move from station to station, with the content above changing as the user tunes into their favorite station. Where the large 95Q logo is where the album art is displayed when the stream is playing. On the right, all 3 stations are displayed on the main screen, along with the daily newscast and a link to their podcast page. We've also improved our podcast layouts. We have made the fonts more readable, and on the left, you can see an example of a persistent bottom nav. We have maintained the ability to have both a list view and also a grid view.
The second area of focus with V5 was creating new ways for your station to generate revenue. We continue to have full support for Triton and Google Ad Manager, so you can still have the audio, video, and display ads that you've always had. In the new design, we think you'll find that the display ads look better than ever. We've also added a full screen splash ad that can appear on app launch. We've added what we think is a really great new monetization feature in the form of our directories. With these, you can create local business directories and sell those listings or sell sponsorship to the whole product. Think about a restaurant and bar guide. We'll go back to those eventually, or a downtown directory. These directories live right in your app and can provide a list as well as a map view to make it easy for your local businesses to get found. We are also now offering support for an interesting new ad platform called InStreamatic. InStreamatic allows users to interact with an ad using only their voice. These very high CPM ads are sold by InStreamatic with a significant revenue share going back to your station.
Our third area of focus was improving the app's ability to engage with your audience. We believe that mobile is the best platform for building that crucial relationship. And here's what we've done. We redesigned Open Mic, making it easier to use with improved branding and labeling opportunities. The Open Mic feature can also be used for video and photos. On the left is an audio version, while on the right shows how listeners can share video and photos. It's a great tool for finding new ways to get your listeners involved in your content and promotions. If you look on the right screen, you will see it is called Report a Problem. This is decided by you. We've updated our integrations with Facebook and Twitter to support their new rules. While Facebook can be linked out of the app, Twitter can be pulled directly into your app. Of course, the most powerful way of engaging your audience is through our push messaging platform. These messages can be set up and scheduled by your team and sent to users who opt in. These messages can link to your app or other websites, and our dashboard provides analytics. We continue to have full support for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so your station, its streams, and podcasts can be easily accessed from the car dashboard interface. And here you go. We've saved the best for last. Our new V5 apps are now voice enabled, making it easier for your users whose screens are jammed with an average of 35 apps to invoke your app simply by using their voice. This feature and all the rest, with the exception of push messaging, are available to you at no additional cost. Yeah, you heard me right. No cost to you. If you are nearing the end of your support agreement with us, we may ask you to sign a renewal. But even voice activation is included with your Jake Apps V5 app.
And just one more teaser. Later this year, we're going to be adding support in the exploding area of smart TVs. We will have support for Apple TV and Roku, enabling your listeners to bring your streams, podcasts, and video right into their living room. Stay tuned for more details on this in the spring. Thanks so much for taking time out of your day to learn about V5. We're incredibly excited to get your station's apps upgraded.
Feel free to reach out to me to get the process started. If you're not yet a client, please contact me to see about getting one of these V5 new apps for your station. Have a great rest of your day.